to it now, you should be able to see the screen. I know one time I set this up, and the whole time I was talking, and the screen wasn't on. And it wasn't because I was using this for the first time. It was just I forgot to hate live. But so today we'll be talking about system of equations, and I know some of you guys have been asking me questions about it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my pen. All right, there it is. So I know some of you guys have been asking a lot of questions about it. Let me find the best way to help you guys with system of equations. And I know there has been a lot of questions about this. You can't see. If you go to YouTube, you'll see. That's the only way you'll be able to see the screen. Go to YouTube and you'll be able to see the screen. Yeah, that's the only way to see the screen. Yeah, so yeah. Where you at, you can just click on the link on the profile and then go to YouTube. You'll be able to see the screen that way. So let's see system of equations. So what we're going to do today is showing you, I think by far for me, it's usually is the simplest way to see the screen, to see it's usually the simplest way for me to solve for those. So let's say I have an equation of, let's say I have 2x plus, and I'm making these on the fly here, is equal to, let's see, 3. And then let's say I have 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. Let's say I have negative x plus 3y is equal to, what is that? That's 2. All right, cool. So let's say I wanted to solve the system of equation, and there are many ways that you can solve for it. You usually, like when it's set up like this, for me, usually the easiest way for me, like I say, you can solve it many ways. You can do a graph. You can graph both of those equations and then see where the graph meet, and you can solve for the equation that way. When it's set up like this, for me, the easiest way for me to solve it usually is doing start to eliminate I think they call this addition. So you eliminate this, the x, get rid of the x, and then get rid of the y, and then you get rid of the x, you find a value for y, you get rid of y, you find a value for x. So here's the first thing. Here's how I would do. So I have 2x here plus y is equal to 3. Let me make sure that you guys are here on YouTube. Okay, good. So if you have questions, you can type it on the screen. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you at on Zoom, you can just type the question on the screen and then I'll be able to see it. So here's what I would do here. So I see a 2x here plus y is equal to 3, and then here I see negative x plus 3y is equal to 2. So what I would do here is multiply. I want to eliminate one variable so I can leave the other one by itself so I can solve for this. So the easiest, that you can eliminate whichever one you want. Let's start with x. So I want to eliminate x here. So if I want to eliminate x, what I want is at the first equation, what we call equation 1 here, and then this is equation 2. The first equation I want, because I have 2x in the first equation, I also want 2x or negative 2x in the bottom equation. So whatever, same magnitude, different sign. So 2x here in the equation at the top. I want negative 2x in the equation at the bottom. So what happened is, so when you add these two equations, what's going to happen? X is going to be gone, because you're going to have 2x minus 2x. X is going to be gone. So that's the whole process of doing this. And then now when x is gone, when x is gone, so what you're going to do is, okay, there's no value for y. Y is by itself. So what you can do is just solve for y. So when you add the first equation plus the second equation, you're going to have y will be by itself, and then you'll be able to solve for it easily using simple algebra. So here's I don't know why I'm so hot. Let me turn on this. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll turn this on. So here's what I would do. So I would multiply the second equation by 2. let me use a 2 here. So 2x plus y is equal to 3. And I'm putting a line here so that way you understand what I'm doing. And in the second equation, I'm going to multiply that by 2. So here's what you be careful with. When you multiply the equation by 2, everything needs to be multiplied by 2. So let me make sure I put the 2 here on the outside. Technically, it's not the best way to do it, but I want to make sure that you show that I show the work so that way you understand where things are coming from. So it's equal to, and then this 2 right here, 2, I'm going to multiply it by 2. So it's kind of like we had, probably not the best way to show this, but it's an easier for me to show it to you. It's kind of like you had this, it's equal to 2. And then the 2 is multiplied by this. It's multiplied by, you multiply it by this term, and then you multiply it by the term on the right. This is one of the most common mistake when kids are doing this, when people are doing this, is, you forget to multiply the 2 by, or whatever variable is you use in the scale, you forget to multiply that by whatever is on the outside. So how do we do this? And what's 2? And then what is 2 times negative x? So I want to multiply this 2 times negative x, and I'm going to put a different color for this so you really understand it. 2 times negative x, that gives me negative 2x. And then 2 times 3y plus 6y, right? And then 2 times 2 is 4, is equal to 4. So now this equation, let's say I call this equation equation 3. So when I add this equation to the first equation, the equation 1 that I didn't change, I should be able to find an answer for y, a value for y. So let me scroll up a little bit. So what's the first equation? 2x plus y is equal to 3, right? So that's the first equation. Let me rewrite that. It was in blue. Let me rewrite it. 2x plus y is equal to 3. Now, you got 2 equations here that I want to solve. The easiest thing to do is add them up, as add the top equation to the bottom equation. And that's how you would solve them, solving by addition. So I'm going to add this to this. And negative 2x plus 2x is 0, plus 6y plus y is 7y. It's equal to 7. Now, what do we need to do? Divide both sides by 7. Divide this guy by 7. And divide this guy by 7. So that means y is equal to 1. And that's all. That's all. Now, there are 2 ways. There are many ways, not actually. Yes, I can work with limits here. There are many ways that you can solve for x. If you replace the y value here in any of those equations, you can replace it in equation 3 here, you'll find a value for x. You can replace it in equation 1 here, you'll find a value for x. You can replace it in equation 2, you'll find a value for x. So it really doesn't matter which equation you use. I'm going to use equation 1 because it's closer to me. 2y. So let me use a different color for no apparent reason at all. 2x plus, we know y is equal to 1, right? So I'm using this equation. I'm going to kind of rewrite in this equation. Let me rewrite it so you know where things are coming from. So 2x plus y is equal to 3. And this color is not really that different from the blue. 2x plus 1, y is equal to 1 is equal to 3. Now you subtract 1 from both sides. Subtract 1 from both sides. 2x is equal to 3 minus 1. You could say you move the 1 to the other side, whichever way you want to think about it. 2x is equal to 2, and you divide both sides by 2, and that implies that x is equal to 1. Now, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. So what does that mean in terms of graphically? That means if I go on a Cartesian graph and draw this line right here, if I draw this line on the top, you know it's a line. You know it's there's an x value and a y value. If I draw this line and I draw this line, they gonna meet at a point x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Now, from starting off, we could have just drawn those two lines and find a solution for them. We could have just drawn x and y and then find a solution for it. We could have done that. The other way that we can solve for it too is another method you could use. Use substitution. So what I would do is find the value for x in terms of y. So I could go in this equation and find a value for x in terms of y, and then I would plug the value for x here in this first equation. We can do this. Let's try it. Let's try that. So another method to solve for this. And there's many ways. So normally when you have a problem like this, you'll find the best way for you that works for you. It's the easiest or the fastest way that works for you, the one you understand the most. You just use that method, and then that's how you solve the equation, and that's the easiest way to solve for it. Monica, welcome. Stephanie, welcome. Alexandra, welcome. So the easiest way to solve the other way to solve for this is use substitution. Let me move the screen to the left a little bit. So what I would do here is substitute x, so I'm gonna solve for x in terms of y. So the other way, I think the first way is easier. So I'm gonna solve for x in terms of y. So I have 2x plus y is equal to 3. I can leave this by itself. Let's go to the second equation. The second equation says negative x plus 3y is equal to 2, right? So I want to solve for x in terms of y. Let me move everything to the side. So I want to solve for x in terms of y. So what I would do is in the second equation. So the second equation, I want to solve for x in terms of y. So I'm going to add negative 3y to both sides. Negative x plus 3y minus 3y equal to 2 plus 3y. So I add 3y to both sides. So what happened is, what do we end up with? We end up with negative x plus 3y minus 3y. That's gone. 2 plus 3y. So now that's a value for negative x. What value am I looking for? Justin, welcome. So I have a value for negative x. I'm looking for a value for x, correct? So what do I need to do? Multiply each side of the equation by -1. So minus -1, negative x. And then on that side, I multiply by -1, 2 plus 3y. Okay, so what else do I need to do here? So what else do I need to do? So negative x, that gives me x. So -2, you distribute that negative sign over the terms in the parentheses. So -2, negative times positive 3y. So that gives me -3y. So now, what else do I do? I can take all of this and plug it in here and plug it in the second equation, in the first equation. So whatever x is here, I can take that and plug it in and replace x by its value in the second equation. So what I'm saying is here, this is the step. So I look at the second equation. I find that it's easy to solve for x in terms of y. I did that here, and then I get x is equal to -2 minus 3y. So I know the value of x in terms of y. So if I go in the first equation, I replace x by its value in terms of y. So what's going to happen is everything in the first equations will be in terms of y. And when you have one equation and one unknown, it's easy to solve for it. It's simple algebra. Pre-calc homework. That's what's up. Okay, so here's what I would do. So there's 2x plus y is equal to 3. All right, cool. So the 2x, the equation 2 is 2x plus y is equal to 3. I'm going to replace x, and I'm going to use different colors so you guys understand, or for no reason at all. I'm going to replace x by its value. This is the value of x. According to what I just found, x is equal to -2 minus 3y. So I'm going to go inside of the equation in purple. I'm going to put 2. What's the value of x that I just found? I'm going to put that in red so that way you understand where things are coming from. So negative 2 minus 3y. And then I'm going to continue writing the equation. Plus y is equal to 3. I put those next to each other, guys, so you can understand. If you're just joining us, you got you have to go to if you don't have a direct link to the Zoom room, you just got to go to YouTube to see the screen. And I'm in algebra 2 right now. Would you recommend pre-calc or stats for the next year? Now, if you really understand pre-calc, if you really understand algebra 2, pre-calc might be like a really like a easy class for you, like, you know, because it's kind of like continuation of algebra 2. I mean, there's stuff in there that are different, but at least they're gonna start with algebra 2. Statistics is a little bit different. I thought it was a cool class, but it's different. It's not algebra like you would say it, you know, like you think it is. So it's not. It will be stuff that you never seen in algebra in there. But pre-calc, what I'm saying is pre-calc is probably a better transition to I mean, algebra 2 is a better transition to calculus, to pre-calc. The other thing I wanted to tell you too is, like, it depends on what you want to study in school. So if you want to go to school for business, I would take stats because that you will need that. You will need that. So, but if you want to go to be an engineer, you'll probably still have stats, but you will negative 3. What you subtracted the 3? Oh yeah. So let me see. Sean, I'm trying to see if I made a mistake. So oh, my bad. Yes, sorry. Thank you. Yes, that was thank you for catching that. I don't know why I added 3, but thank you for catching that. I know eventually I would find that we made a mistake. All right, so it's negative 3, not positive 3. Negative 3 here. Thank you, Sean, for catching that. Negative 3. That's how you know you guys learned something here. So yeah, positive 3, you add that here, and this will become positive 3. So thank you for catching that. Let me use red. So this will be positive, not a negative. This is be 3y, not negative 3y. Okay, so yeah, but if you go into school to become, you know, if you go into school for, like, I don't know, it seems like a lot of majors requires you to take stats. I think even nursing, I think it requires you to take statistics. Don't quote me on that, but business for sure you will have to take statistics. Some of the classes may not be required for business, like you know, for certain majors, like pre-calc is probably not required for a lot of majors that are not non-STEM related. But I would say, yeah, it depends on what you want to study. You're gonna study, but the only thing, 2 things, depending on what you want to study. The other thing I want to say is algebra 2 is an easier transition to pre-calc than statistics. So statistics is a complete different beast. So it's things that you've probably never seen in algebra before. Algebra 2, it's not like they're gonna talk about, you know, I mean, you find equation of a line, but it's not like they're gonna talk about a whole lot about, you know, system of equations or some of the things that you learn and you know, finding what it says, graphing certain things. They won't talk a whole lot about that in stats. So I hope that makes sense. Whoever asked the question, let me see. Elementary stacks next semester. Yes, I'll be on here. I'll be on here. All right, so here's I don't think I've done a lot of statistics here. I might have to start doing a whole lot more. So here's what we're doing. Thank you, Sean, for catching this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is multiply the 2 by So 2 times -2 is -4. 2 times 3 is plus 6y plus another y is equal to 3. Okay, so now what do we need to do? So 6y plus y is 7y. And then, so it's like -4 plus 7y is equal to 3. What we need to do is add, and Sean, I'm going to do it without making any mistake this time. So you add 4 to both sides. So -4, +4, that's gone. So on this side, on the left side, we have 7y, and 3 plus 4 is 7. Now, y is equal to, you divide both sides by 7, y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1, x is equal to 1. The same answer that we found. Where's x is equal to 1? Oh, shoot, we haven't found x yet. Okay, so as you can tell, the substitution is a little bit longer here. So y is equal to 1. Now, just like earlier, we can replace y in any of the equations, and we should be able to find a value for x. We can replace y in any of the equations that we found. We'll find a value for x. So we know y is equal to 1. Actually, let's use this equation right here because it's close to us. And let's use orange as a color. So it's 2x, y is equal to 1, plus 1 is equal to 3. And you take away 1 from both sides, 3 minus 1. And so what we have is 2x. This 1 is gone. It's equal to 3 minus 1 is what? 3 minus 1 is 2. 2x is equal to 2. That means x is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. That's another way to solve for it. A third way to solve for it would be to graph both sides, both equations. And if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I'll show you the third way to solve for it. And this is the question that I had. I kept getting from students that who wanted to find a good way to solve for system of equations. So you can use substitution, you can use addition, you can use a combination of all of those. It's not like you can break those things. So you can use a combination of all of them, of the different systems and stuff. So especially if you have, more unknown than equations, you could have 2 equations and 3 unknowns. So you can use a lot of tricks to find a value for each one of the variables. All right, guys, let me see if we have any questions, concerns, anything that I didn't cover that you wanted to see. Let me see. Yes, I am on, it's the same name I'm on YouTube. That's actually where we're streaming from. Facebook, on all of them pretty much. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Instagram is, I think there should be a link in the profile to see the Instagram link. So you should be able to go straight to Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you could probably just go on the profile. Click on my profile and you'll see a link to the Instagram. Let me see if you guys have any other questions. About hair chemistry? No, I don't know anything about hair chemistry, Faith. No problem, Mia. No problem. I'm glad it's helpful. No, I don't know anything about hair chemistry. Otherwise, I'd probably have a better looking hair. No problem. Yes. Ange Bay, no problem. All right, yo. I don't see any other questions from you guys. And if there is something that you want me to talk about next time, I could probably take it down here and then Oh man, yeah, I will not be able to help you with cosmetology tests. I will, yeah. You probably not pass it if you have me helping you. Um, have you find some maybe some YouTube videos about it? Because that's probably that's a that's sometimes it's a good way to learn. It depends on what you're learning about. I don't know if it requires you to do a lot of practice. Um, so yeah, guys, this is it. This is all I have for you for tonight, and I'm doing something. I'll be seeing you guys next Tuesday or the next. If you're on the Zoom too, I'll see you next time we have a call, and and that's it. I'm sure you'd be great. Not specific, no enough. Oh, okay, okay. Nah, I don't know if I'd be great at that. I don't know. I'd probably mess up somebody's hair, and you don't want to do that. Yeah, but thank you. Hey, thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll catch you all another time. And yeah, this is it for tonight. Thank you. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can comment on any videos, or if you are part of the course too, you can, like, if you have a specific question in the course, you can actually comment in the course, and I'll be able to see those, and then either make a video about it or doing a Zoom call. We can talk about it. So if you're in the course, that's also available to you. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.